But what did surprise me is the new problem that Democrats have in Texas. It is a big one. They're trying to trick Texans into thinking that their candidate is just like them in one of the most conservative states in the country. They chose perhaps the most vanilla, total nincompoop of a candidate that I've ever seen. And Democrats think people are going to vote for this guy because he's white and he parts his hair over to the side and kind of looks normal in a strange way, and then he opens his mouth.
Our southern border should be like our front porch. There should be a giant welcome mat out front. God is both masculine and feminine and everything in between. God is non-binary. Before we go further, I want to acknowledge that our trans community needs abortion care too. Modern science obviously recognizes that there are many more than two biological sexes. In fact, there are 6.
Yeah, the trans community needs abortion care too. Trans people, meaning men who think they can have babies, which they can't. No man has ever had a baby, meaning they can't have abortions. And apparently he hates that he is white. He's talked a lot about that, tweeting that white skin gives me and every white American immunity from the virus, but we spread it wherever we go through our words and our systems, and we don't have to be showing symptoms like a white hood or a Confederate flag to be contagious. He's a white guy, and he's saying that about being white. Think about that. And then he said this.
But I say all this in context of abortion, because before God comes over Mary and we have the incarnation, God asks for Mary's consent, which is remarkable. I mean, go back and read this in Luke. I mean, the angel comes down and asks Mary if this is something she wants to do. And she says, if it is God's will, let it be done. Let it be.
Meaning the Democrat nominee for Senate in Texas just used the enunciation of the Virgin Mary to justify abortion. Are you angry yet? And he claims to not only be a Christian, but he's a pastor in training. And Texas Democrats were told to vote for that, and they're going to be told to vote for that in November instead of Jasmine Crockett, who was the black candidate. She was even endorsed by the first black, Southeast Asian, whatever she calls herself, instead of just being an American vice president we've ever had, Kamala Harris, who just hours after Jasmine lost the election endorsed James Talarico, which is not how endorsements work. If you endorse someone and that person loses, you don't endorse the person they lost to the next day. That kind of defeats the purpose of the endorsement, doesn't it? That's Kamala.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.